Hey, what's up? This is Ian, and we are in Fukuoka, Japan. And in this video, I'm going to try to walk and talk about what it's like to be 45 years old. I turned 45 a few months ago. A few weeks ago. 420, dude. That's my birthday. So, what's it like to be 45? Let's see. How do I feel? Body condition. I don't feel that different from when I was 25. However, since I was 25, I've accrued some injuries and whatnot. But as far as body condition, yeah, probably a little bit more beat up. But as far as strength and whatnot, probably more aches and pains. But as far as strength, flexibility, not much, no difference. I'd actually probably say I'm probably stronger now than I was then. I think that's more of a matter of what you do or don't do though. You do exercises, I can do a lot more pull-ups now than I could when I was 25. But that's partly because I was doing pull-ups. And then I was doing push-ups, and now I'm a little smarter. I've learned a lot about diet and stuff like that. And we do intermittent fasting, and I got a good body weight routine going. Yeah, you don't need a gym, that's for sure. What else? Usually we're doing judo or BJJ, but we got hurt December, and then we didn't do any of that for 3 months. So I tore my knee. Other than that, I'd say, yeah, just accumulation of injuries. Since I was 25, what happened? God, I'm trying to think. Since I was 25, a bunch of injuries, snowboarding, broke my arm, broke my clavicle, fractures, not major breaks. Clavicle, I don't notice anything. Broke my arm. I sometimes get my elbow fractured in my wrist and elbow, and that was when I break my arm. I was mid 30s. Healed fine, but usually it's just I massage a muscle and it will go away mostly. So it's kind of feels like a tendonitis kind of pain sometimes in my elbow. Yeah, I tore my knee, a bunch of knee injuries in judo and jiu-jitsu, 3 actually. 2 torn meniscuses and another bone bruise and stuff. So, yeah, you just kind of feel a little bit more beat up. But like I said, as far as strength, flexibility goes, yeah, I don't feel any difference. And like I said, I can do as many push-ups as I could do then as I can do now. Recently, I'm not doing push-ups, I'm doing pull-ups, but everything else pretty much the same. You just gotta be smart, man, and you just gotta be you gotta have a habit. That's what I tell you, man. That's what makes the difference. You gotta get in a habit. As you get older, you get habits, and you get habits that you're not even conscious or aware of, postural habits, how you stand, how you walk. And recently, since I've been rehabbing my knee, I'm really working on all the other muscles in my legs and hips and stuff. And I just realized I get super tight hips. My groin, one of my groin, since I hurt my knee this last time, a muscle on the inside of that same leg, and my groin's super tight. So it's just trying to balance everything out. And all these things. So yeah, I don't know, DIY massage, get a foam roller, a ball. Um, what else? So I'm talking about what's it like to be 45 as far as my body goes right now. Like, go a little bit deeper, but other parts of life. But yeah, like work on your body, like, because that's the most basic thing you've got. That should come first. And yeah, I don't know, foam roll, DIY massage. You need to get, I think, have a workout schedule. Like, mine always changes a little bit depending on what's going on, but I'll at least do 2 days a week of strength training. Now I'm doing like 4 because there's no judo. And then on top of that, the strength training, I'll do like judo or BJJ. And then every day I do 15 minutes of yoga, which is basically like maintenance and like, you know, just like feel good, needs you up, just feel good and just like maintain your body, kind of give you some sort of balance. And meditation, it just kind of does the same for your mind, kind of grounds you. So, switch sides here. Let's see how it's still working. It's still working. Nice. My face, like, yeah, I look older. Your skin gets looser. That's what happens. Like they say, right? You get wrinkles, but you know, a long time I didn't really get wrinkles in my face, but I kind of started noticing, like, between like 25 and 45, start getting like some wrinkles, like on my wrists, my hands, and sometimes I look at myself now, I'm like, fuck, man, you look old. Like, yeah, whoa, I almost wiped out. It's muddy. Yeah, your skin gets kind of looser, so you kind of get like saggy skin and stuff. And yeah, I don't know what to say about that, except, yeah, exercise and stuff helps. Growth hormone, exercise, fasting helps that too. Like extended fast. Fasting is like a really great thing. I started doing probably 5 years ago or so. And then like I keep like a sort of, usually have a intermittent fasting and squeeze all my eating into like, yesterday I ate one big meal. It was like basically like a 3-hour meal, and that was it. Today we ate a little earlier. We ate at 4 o'clock about, and then now it's maybe 6 o'clock, so I don't know, sometimes 4 hours we'll fit it in, or not super, and then every once in a while we'll go beyond 24 hours. Back in early March I did 7 days. What did I do? I did a ton of fasting. I did 4 days in a row, which is the most I've ever done. 4 days in a row, plus I did a bunch of alternate day fasting before that. I forget, it was like around 300 total hours of fasting over like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. It's tough, but it's kind of like when I did that 4-day fast, you get going and you kind of set your mind to it. I don't know. Like I drink tea and yeah, it's good. It's somewhat of a, the longer ones, you go like get past 2 days, it feels a little, I hope that wind's not, fuck, probably that wind sounds like shit. a second. Wind's super annoying. At least it's not cold. As soon as you get past 2 days, it becomes something a little bit deeper, I think. Like, I don't know, like, it's like somewhat psychedelic-ish. Remind me of some sort of psychedelic experiences, somewhat, on some level. I felt really like the last time, my third day or so, or even second day last time, I don't remember, but definitely felt like really not want to be around people, kind of like the last times I did like psychedelics. Like, is this cool grass? Dark colored like that. It's pretty cool. Anyways, I don't know. That's just part about being 45. When I was 25, I wasn't doing any fasting. I've always been like health conscious and whatnot. But, yeah, this COVID thing, some people are just fucking paranoid. I think the media is just like, I think this woman's wearing like goggles and shit. There's like a woman who's working in the store, and yeah, she's like cashier. All right, she's an older woman. She's probably like 70, 80, and then she's wearing like goggles, working behind a counter, in a mask. I don't know. I guess it's each your own if you're that paranoid, but I probably just wouldn't go to work if I was that old. I don't know. To me, it just seems kind of just overblown, overhype. That's part about being 45 with this COVID thing going on. What else? 45 to 25. Everybody's like, fuck. You see your friends getting old. Everybody's married, has kids. I'm not. I'm never married. I never have kids. I still kind of live the life that I lived when I was 25 in some sense. I mean, I'm not really planning on having kids or getting a wife per se. That's kind of cool. What's that? This looks... I don't think it is, but for a second I thought it might be some sort of beaver thing. I don't think they even have beavers around here. I've seen some little rodents running around on the streets, like sometimes kind of muskrat looking things. Lots of feral cats, birds here. 45. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, I remember turning 20. When I turned 20, I thought, man, that's fucking old. And 25, and then it became 30, and then it's like, fuck, 30's really old. And then it becomes 40. Now I'm 45, and so the same shit's gonna happen 5 years from now before I'm 50, and it's like, fuck. That's like really old. So basically, I think like, as long as, man, you just keep active and keep doing shit, like, you can stay in pretty good condition. You get older, you're active. You just gotta be, I don't know, just be smart, you know? I never was a big, I don't know, like wear and tear and shit. I'll tell you what, judo and everything I've ever done. Like, I think I always choose, I don't know why, like somewhat risky, like snowboarding. Super fun. I love it. I just haven't done it, like, but through my early 20s and stuff, I did it a lot. And then I started doing it less, and we went back to it for a little bit more. And I don't know, I just get hurt, man. It's super fun. I just get, I don't know, a little wild. fucking eye. I got this annoying spot. I got hit in the eye. This guy in judo, I did this competition 4 months back in November, and a guy like hit me in the eye, like do like a dirty move, like poke me in the eye. And now I got this fucking spot in my eye, my vision. I haven't seen a doctor. I don't think it's going away because it hasn't changed for 4 months or whatever. So I might go to the doctor. I kind of wonder if they can like zap it out or something like that. It's like scar tissue or something like that in there. Yeah, so I guess life, like you get this accumulation of damage. So you really gotta, I don't know, man. You gotta take care. Like you gotta play. Oh, cool! Look at the bird's nest. I think it's a bird's nest. That's cool. I like animals. Most animals. I suppose if that was like a tiger's nest, then I would be like so excited. This is that big apartment block that just kind of looks alike. You see these in the city sometimes. For some reason, it's making me think about Czech Republic, so it maybe reminds me of something there. And Korea. But in Korea, it'd be slightly more drab. Like this is drab. A lot of the apartment buildings in Korea are really drab. Like this one's yellow. So this is it's got like the little yellow on it. In Korea, they wouldn't have. There'd be no yellow. It'd be just drab. But it's a nice time of the year. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like nothing. What's it like to be 45? I don't know. You accumulate experience, whatnot. I don't know. Like what? You settle down, you get married, pick some sort of job. For me, man, I can't stick. I haven't had a job in a long time. I need to level up my sort of work, though. Because like right now, it's been kind of difficult. So I kind of branch out. I'll tell you what. You want to like? Oh wow, look at that fish. Did you see that? There's some big fish. Oh, there's one right there. See it? Yeah, there's some big fish here. You want to start an online project? Like, wow, man, it can take a lot of work. Like, there's always some dude out there trying to sell something on how to fucking make money online. But I'll tell you what, I'll tell you my experience. It took a long time to even get where I am. And where I am, yeah, there's definitely been ups and downs. But to say ups, I don't want to like get the impression that I'm making like a shitload of money online. It's just more like surviving, income to survive on my own, but living a very minimalistic lifestyle. I guess that's kind of the life that I've chosen is a very minimalistic lifestyle, which is fine. Like I just got a few things, and that's it. Like I'm reminded one cool thing KRS-One said once in one of his videos I saw. He said, I don't know exactly said, but something about like what can you do without technology? You know, like technology's super cool and you do all kinds of cool shit with it. But what can you do without it? So I always remember that, like, you know, so like what? Like, you know, I practice yoga, learning martial arts, all those things, no technology, it's all inside you. Meditation, learning, it's all inside you. And then there's like minimal stuff, like what can you make with your hands, you know? Make art with your hands. You can, and then there's the technology, like KRS-One's about the hip hop, right? And then there's the technology. So I got The one thing I've like lugged around, kept with me, are my turntables, and like those are heavy. Like I've lived in a lot of different places and moved around a lot, and moved those with me. We got rid of our records when we left San Francisco, and then we moved to just like virtual vinyl, which is fine. But for a long time, I didn't even have those set up. I just had them sitting in a box in my room, and then I just like a month ago, like started setting them up, and it's been fun, man, getting back into it and scratching again. In the future, I'm going to put some videos on my channel, some more creative stuff that involves some music and some scratching. Because I'm listening to my scratching these days, like the recording and stuff, and I was like, hey, man, you're doing pretty good, man. So that's the thing. Another thing I'll tell you, like something with time, and you're like wondering about your life, what's it going to be like? You know, anything you stick with, you gotta like stick with stuff. You wanna make progress with something, first off, it's probably not gonna fucking happen as fast as you want. Like, I don't know why, but everything seems to take longer than you think or you want. You know what? I ate some of this the other day. It smells very floral. It's very, I was like talking in the telephone. But I ate some the other day. I guess you can eat this. Actually, I read varying things, but then I just tried it. It's alright, slightly sweet. It's part of like the pea family, I read. And it actually tastes somewhat, the leaves of this clover actually taste a little bit like the pea. So, it's kind of fresh. Tastes like, it kind of tastes like a pea. Like a snap pea, kind of. It's like first bite, a little fresh. It's a little bitter. It's not that great. We'll spit it out. But I put it in a soup. I made some and put it in a soup. I'm trying to remember the name of this plant. It's actually this kind of sugar cane looking thingy. It's supposedly some sort of has something in it like DMT, but I don't know. Supposedly you can make, I saw some reports about this online, that you can make something like ayahuasca with it, but you need like ayahuasca is like a mix of DMT and some kind of MAO inhibitor. MAO inhibitors, like other plants, so you gotta mix it together. I tried once and it didn't really work. Probably because I didn't really. There's like natural MAO inhibitors. Well, they say stuff like turmeric and pepper and what else? Ginger. They say there's a lot of stuff. Like MAO inhibitors are like, I think they're like old school antidepressants. But yeah, it didn't work. People aren't very friendly. I think that's just kind of Japan in general. But right now they're like twice as not friendly. So I don't know if it's what's it like in your part of the world, if it's like that too. I don't know. I was watching B45. I don't think I went through like distinct phases in my life like some people go through. Like some people go through like their party phase and then the travel phase. I never really went through any party phase. Like I've occasionally partied, but less. Like since being 45, like even in college, like okay, college I partied like 1 or 2 days a week. What did we do? Maybe once a week I would drink something, and then maybe once or twice a week I would smoke weed. It's like legal now, so. But I was watching what is it? Paul Stamets, and Dennis McKenna the other day. Or listening to them. They're pretty interesting. I think Paul Stamets is funny. They're both interesting. They're talking about their Terrence McKenna. And mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, and those are pretty interesting things. Ooh, look at that fish. You see him? He's big. The fish nose. That was a bunch. I remember this guy in Germany. He was pretty cool. This was years ago, closer to when I was 25. I was traveling in Europe. But actually, it might have been. I went back to Europe when I was like 27-ish, 28, and I was in. I went to like Germany, and I scared them away. There's a bunch of them over there. Germany and Czech Republic. I was in like Czech Republic for like a month and a half. I saw a manta ray once, but I wouldn't see one here. We're too far from the ocean. For a second, I thought I might have been one. I don't know. What was I saying? Little ball. I like this grass. It's really nice this time of the year. The weather, Fukuoka. But I don't drink like. I just pretty much don't drink. These days, in the last 3 years, I've probably drank alcohol 3 or 4 times. Don't need it. I feel like it just causes damage. It's kind of fun though. Like, I think I'd probably have a better sex life if I fucking drink alcohol. Because when I do drink alcohol, sometimes when things happen, it's a lot easier to like talk to people too. Like, man, it just takes down your inhibition. So, as an introvert, it's like, okay, 25. I was still like, as soon as you leave college, you kind of leave that. It just depends, man. Like, what kind of person you are. These ducks, aren't they funny? Like, I'm kind of like the introverted, sort of artistic, creative, traveler type-ish person. And I don't know. If you're an outgoing person, you stay in one place your whole life, then you kind of get connected, and there's some good things that come with that. But I didn't do that, so I still haven't, like, something that's didn't get out of my system, so it's just part of me, I guess, is I don't know, I like to travel. Since I was 25, a total, like, I don't know why that is. I kind of wonder, like, what happened in my childhood that made me just non-stop move. Not really non-stop. I'll stay in a place for at least a year. But I've lived in, like, 7 U.S. states, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Arizona, New Mexico, Montana, Oregon, California, most recently. Pretty much went everywhere I wanted to go in the States, or Canada for that matter. So pretty much, I don't know. It's where I'm from, right? Like, so it's like kind of easy to go back there, but I don't know. It's just more interesting to live in another country, I think. But it's weird. It's like novelty. It wears off. So what's kind of exciting? It's a cycle, you know. And I think part of it too is like sometimes I talk to myself and say, you got to sort of like push beyond that. You got to have another goal besides the place, like, because there really is no perfect place in a sense. You know, there's always another place. There's always going to be another place. You're never going to run out of places you could go or cool places you could check out. Is this fucking still going? Sorry, I had to check if this was working still. You never run out of, like, you're never going to run out of places to go. There's always going to be somewhere new to go, something you haven't explored, you know? You can't do everything. So then on the other hand, it's like, you got to develop something else, like grow something else. I don't know. That's what I'm telling myself. So art, like, you know, kind of backed. You know, I spent a lot of time working on this website, ESL Insider. I think it's great, but like, I kind of think about the things that are like what I'm proud of and stuff, and I feel like I spent maybe too many years doing kind of like idle work that's just not like, you start a website, just don't pay attention to like numbers, like make something you're proud of. That's my fucking advice, what I've learned since I'm 25, and stick with that. Keep making stuff that you're proud of, and don't pay attention to shitheads on the internet and shitheads in real life, you know? So anyways, that's where I've got to give back. So I'm telling you that's like, I'm telling myself that too. I'm gonna do some more creative work. I got some ideas for some new videos, music, combined pieces.